Mars, here we come, is what Elon Musk just tweeted. Seriously, he had a very, very, very successful, uh, basically test launch with one of his rockets and had a little bit of a rough landing, but everything worked perfectly. And that is literally what Elon Musk just tweeted like 2 minutes ago, as I'm making of this video. And again, usually what happens every time they have something successful happens with SpaceX, usually Tesla does well the next day. That's almost been true every single time, I believe. But speaking of Tesla, this was not a good day for the stock. This was a great day for investors that wanted to buy at a discount because we know what's coming. And there was a lot of activity today. 69 million shares were traded today. So that is something that I believe was just kind of a little sense of irony, where it was down 6.99%, 69 again, almost 7% down to 604.48. That is what it ended at. And it seemed that most of the trading session today was a bunch of selling that was happening at around 640, where the stock during the middle of the day would hit 640. As soon as it peaked above it once at 1044. It goes down below 640. Every time it got close to 640, it seemed like brokers were submitting sell orders, and it dropped below 640 almost immediately. That trend continued until there was a bunch of news and press conferences from Cuomo and Newsom, a bunch of governors that are just like, yeah, we're going to shut down again. Yeah, this is not happening. So California has the highest rate in the country, I think, for COVID cases. But they've been shut down since like March. So I don't understand that, but maybe someone else can help me out with that. But Cuomo's following suit. He's for New York. He's saying and again, a reason I'm going over this in a test is because the market did not react positively to that. They had a horrible reaction to it, and that's just something that you're going to find. That has nothing to do with Tesla, although Tesla was due for a pullback. I was saying not even a month ago, hey, very good if you get this for under 420. And I was buying. Every time it was under 420. I wish I had more money to buy today because it was down 7%. I wish I had more money to buy. I don't. February, I think I will have a little bit more, but a lot of that's going to go to Teladoc, and I'll go over that anyway. The stock for Tesla was down to 604.48. That's what it finished at today. And even after hours is down another 2.06%, down another 12.45. So right now, as the making of this video, is at 592.03. That's what we're looking at here. But again, that is Tesla just had a very successful launch for one of the rockets, or I think one of the test runs, and Elon Musk saying Mars, here we come, is absolutely like, that got me pumped. I was just like, yes. So this is something where I was watching in my office. They have CNBC on. Jim Cramer's on a lot. And although there's no sound, just read it. He makes a very good points. Where Jim Cramer was a bear on Tesla for a long time, and someone that is so I don't know the word, just involved in major financing, and just CNBC having million people watch, and a lot of people with money, they think like, oh, okay, well, this is what he says. I guess what he says is good, and he had his opinion, then he changed it. So he makes very good points, saying that this is something that would Elon Musk raise $5 billion? Was it a good thing? Yes, because that's now he can grow as fast as he wants. And Stephen Mark Ryan of Solving the Money Problem had made a video on it saying like, hey, listen, young people do not care like the old guard did about issuing new shares. A lot of people, like my friend Paul, guy who's been in this for like 20, 30 years, is like, no, you don't, you take on debt. You don't sell shares. That dilutes the, he had like a heart attack. He was like, oh, God, oh, my Tesla. And it's like, bro, like, why even invest? Like, I don't know even why he invests in Tesla. But that is what because he believes that, GM and Nikola and Volkswagen and everything. And I was like, all right, I made the argument, listen, Tesla's about to have, 19 million in the war chest. And he's like, okay, yeah, well, Volkswagen has like 72 million in the war chest. It's like, you are correct, but they have $170 billion in debt. So like, that all means dick to me. Oh, sorry. When they say like Ford has the best selling pickup truck in the world, yeah, you're right, but they're $150 billion in debt. Like what like what, why are you really worried about them? But He's investing in all of them. He's investing in Neo. I was like, oh my god, just dude, you have one bird in the hand here. You got, again, this is not financial advice. It's just what I'm doing. It's my conversation with my friends. Um, but this is, I believe that we're in a simulation, and I believe that the creators of this simulation, there's probably one person controlling many of us, or one of us, I don't know, but if they want this to work, Elon Musk's ideas have to work. Like, they have to, for humans to progress to the next level. They have to. And I have to believe that that's what's happening here. Because by all means, like, Tesla and SpaceX both should not have worked. Even Elon Musk himself said, like, hey, this, I was actually pretty sure that it was going to fail. But if a problem's important enough, you should work on it, even if the probable outcome is failure. And I was like, oh my God, that is beautiful. This man is a god. We need to protect him at all costs. So, again, once I have more money, I'll put into Tesla. But T-Doc, what I want to go over with T-Doc, my partner Dan, business partner, but not that there's anything wrong with that if there wasn't. He wasn't just a business partner. He Zoom called with his doctor via Teladoc, and he said, like, hey, I have this rash on my arm. He's like, okay, I'm going to get you a script for ketoconazole to put on that rash. And he's like, well, last time, it was like kind of expensive. It was like $180. And he's like, okay, go to like GoodRx or, yeah, like GoodRx.com or something. And the doctor on the T-Doc, like, Teladoc website, it's like, yeah, do this. And it was like $30 for the whole thing. He didn't have to go to a doctor's office. He didn't have to take time out of his day, which again, I do not have time to do. Go out of his day to go there and pay $180 because there's no copay with Teladoc. Like, this is absolutely bananas. In February, when I have more money, that Pokemon card is paid off, I'm putting everything I have, a little bit into Tesla, most of it into T-Doc. This is it. If people say, like, what's the next thing? Ask me, what's the next thing? Again, not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. You're buying Teladoc 5 years after it IPOs. It's very similar to buying Tesla. Nobody knows about it yet. And there's a bunch of kickback. Like, remember back in the day where people was like, oh, you're not selling Teslas in this state. And that still happens. It's like, they always win. What did Gandhi say? First they ignore you. Then they ridicule you. Then they fight you. And then you win. Tesla's obviously on the latter end of that. They're about to win. Some fights here and there with not being able to sell in certain states, but I'll get over that. They'll get over that hump very easily. Hello, Dashi. And the Teladoc, there's a lot of other places out there that's like, no, this shouldn't be a thing because it threatens this is very innovative. Kathy Wood of Ark Invest, one of the biggest Tesla bulls ever, is buying Teladoc every single day. Sorry. And I'm just letting you know, that is something that I'm going to follow. Obviously, I have first-hand experience with it. It's great. It's simple. It's easy. I own like 5 shares right now, which is nothing. I want to own all of the shares. All right, guys. It is getting a little long. I'm sorry. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Patreon down below. I love you all. All right, bye. Meow.